Good morning, everyone. This is Leah Dixon from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I'm here with my regular Wednesday morning Facebook Live. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Itty Bitty Christmas. This is actually part of a bundle. It comes with this and a set of dies, which unfortunately I didn't even get because in the catalog they've kind of just tucked this away and made it a little bit hard to see. I didn't even notice them. So I thought, wow, if I didn't even notice them and I didn't notice the dies, it may be time that I highlighted it for some of you as well because it's such a beautiful set. I wouldn't want you to miss out on it. So today we're going to be making tags, and across my desk you can see I've got like a bunch of different shapes. And actually I've got one more here that I was going to prep for today's video. And I'm not sure if we'll make all of these, but we'll give it a good shot. So I've got some thick cardstock, thick white cardstock, some crumb cake cardstock, some thick, very vanilla cardstock, and some Copacabana cardstock. So you can see this is basically the same tag, different lengths, different colors. And this was made using a piece of cardstock cut at 2 inches by, I'd say about 4. You can do longer though. And using our tag topper punch. So I'll just give you a quick demo of how that works. So this is a piece of cardstock that's cut at 4 inches by 2 inches. You kind of want it to be just under 2 because it needs to slide into this space. And as you can see, that one maybe wasn't quite straight. Not straight. It wasn't quite quite thin enough. So just give me a second. All right, that should be a little bit better. There we go. So that fits in nicely now at 2 inches. And then you just press down and voila, you've got your tag topper all cut. So really simple to do. Makes a great tag. So if you don't have one of our 2 tag toppers, one of the best tools if you're planning to make gift tags is to have one of those because it pre-cuts the hole and everything. Some of your other options though for making tags, this is one of our nested dies. I believe it's the second largest one, and so I just cut that out, and then I'll just use a hole punch. So you can buy 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 inch, or no, I think just 1/8 of an inch hole punches, and so we can just pop a little hole into the top of that. We've also got just a regular circle punch. So this was a 2 1/4 inch punch, and then you can just put a hole in the top of that as well. Voila, you've got a tag. This is a die from one of the most beautiful die sets we have, the Stitched Labels Framelits. And so this set's actually really nice for making tags because you can have that fancy one for a larger tag, or if you're just looking to make those quick, like tape on the gift tags, this is a really nice one with the kind of more intricate ends on there. And then we've also got a stitched circle that you could use, and then some other stitching that you could add to anything else that you choose to cut out. So that's a really nice set for making tags. And then finally, I cut out a star from our Christmas catalog star set. So we've got all of these different stitched stars, so you could even layer these up and do different colors. And there's also some fancier stars that you could put on as details on that card. So another great one for making kind of a different style of tag. So I'm just going to pop that away. So these are just some of the options. Of course, you could just cut a rectangle. You could do a rectangle and put a banner end on it. Lots and lots of options in terms of the shape of your tags. All right, so I'm going to get started with a fun little one, creating a snowman. So this is going to be using some sentiments from this stamp set, but also using our Snowman Season stamp set and punch. Okay, so really anything you've got on hand at home will do. Let's see. So I've got my snowman punch here, and I'm going to come in here and punch out my snowman. don't really care about the other bits. I'm going to punch those as well, but I'm going to actually punch them using different colors. So just get rid of all those bits. So I've got my snowman shape here. And while I'm at it with this piece of white, I'm just going to kind of tear off a little piece here at the bottom. And that's actually going to get glued onto our tag. Also, it's a little bit thin. But I can make that work. All right, so we're going to glue that onto the bottom of our tag as well. First of all, we're going to work on building our snowman though. So I'm going to get a piece of just some crumb cake and pop this in here and use that to cut out a couple little arms for our snowman. And I've got just a little scrap of Calypso coral, which I'm going to use to cut out the nose of my snowman. Oh, there we go. Little bits everywhere. So it's pretty tiny. We'll just leave them there so we don't lose them. So I'm just using scraps off my desk to be able to create these parts, which is kind of nice. And then I could punch out the black top hat that is part of that punch as well, but instead I'm going to crack into my little kit here of snowman embellishments. Okay, so today I think I'm actually going to go with a red toque and a cute little scarf. Just like that. All right, so that is that. I'm not going to use the other embellishments. I find for this particular snowman, those little eyes and stuff are just a bit too big. So what I'm actually going to do is take the snowman from the set. I'm not going to ink the whole thing up though, because I don't want that black outline on my snowman. So I'm going to use my black Stampin' marker. And I'm going to just ink up his face and his buttons using my marker. That way I don't get any of the other bits. All right, with that done, I'm going to line it up on top of my snowman. Peel that off. And there you have it. I've got my little snowman face without having all of the other details. So that works quite well for what I want to create today. So now we have to grab our sentiment, and across the bottom here I am actually going to be stamping the words Christmas cheer, and I'm going to be doing that in real red. And there we have it. So this Christmas cheer sentiment is from our Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set, and it's just a really fun, I love the script on it and everything. I'll bring that up a bit closer so you can see that. So there you go. That's the Christmas cheer from the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set. So with all of our pieces now, we're going to put our stamp set together. Or not our stamp set, our tag together. Wow. So I'm going to actually put this on with dimensionals, which I have somewhere on my desk. There we go. Just going to put one on each side. And before I take the sticky backing off of those, I'm going to get some glue and glue down my snowman. All right. There we go. Don't need too much. And I'm going to find the right spot for him just so that he's sitting just below that snowbank, but all of his buttons are still visible. Perfect. All right, now I can take the backing off of this and stick my snow down. Line that up. There we go. And then I'm going to use the other end of this glue stick to glue down my arms. Oh, actually, you know what? I should put on my scarf first. I learned that one the hard way. Otherwise, your arms kind of get all caught up in the scarf. So I am just using liquid glue to apply this, and I've had good success with that. It doesn't soak too much into the felt and actually holds this on. So that works out quite well. So we're going to put that there and put our toque on his head. Oh, come on. Almost out of glue in this one. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm going to grab a new glue stick. This one is out. Good morning, Val. Let's see if I have more luck with this one. I've just put in a new order for liquid glue because I had a bunch of classes and running quite low in almost all of mine. All right, let's put his toque on. There we go. Might need a bit more glue. Oh no, there we go. That's holding now. Perfect. All right, our little nose, I am going to cover up our stamped image there with this little paper nose that I cut out. Well, it might have been easier to do this before I put his toque on. Alright, so there we go, his little orange nose. Seems maybe a little too big for the space, but with the eyes that I put on there, but it will do. And now finally his arms. Thanks, Janice. I love building these little snowmen. They're so much fun. Alright, now I didn't put glue all the way out to the end because I wasn't sure if that was going to stick off, and I'm pretty sure this other arm is going to stick off the page, so I'm just going to put it on the arm part, not on the hand. Oh, looks like my arms are going to get caught up in my scarf anyways. Oh well, there we go. I can't even really see that arm. That's too bad. Okay. There we go. So we have our snowman. He's all dressed up for the weather. And now the last two things that we're going to do here is we're going to grab Crystal Effects. Now you don't actually have to use Crystal Effects. You can use other glues, but I've had more success using Crystal Effects and having the glitter stick. Is I'm going to come in here with my Crystal Effects, really spread that around. And then once that's spread, I'm going to grab my Stampin' glitter ice. Oh, and a piece of scrap paper because I really don't want this flying all over the place. So let's see, I just got some old random papers here and put that on there. Tap off the excess. And what I like about the Crystal Effects is it really grabs this glitter better than the glue so that it's not flying all over the place after the fact, because nobody wants glitter all over their house. All right, and then I'll just, there we go. All right. So we've just shined that up a little bit with our Stampin' glitter. And now our last step is to add a ribbon to that. I think I'm going to go with, nope, something more fun. I'm going to go with our Bermuda Bay of extra cheer there. So I'm going to cut a good length of the ribbon. That's what, probably 12, just under 12 inches. And I'm actually going to put both sides through together. And then loop them back through. Oh, except that I'm going to do that the other way around. I'm going to put both sides through from the back. And then loop them through. So that holds my ribbon on nicely onto my tag, but leaves enough ribbon there that somebody can then tie it onto their parcel. And if they're just going to tape it down, then they can trim up those edges themselves. So that is our first tag using our itty bitty greeting and a little snowman. You could of course do any kind of snowman or a snowflake on these, and that would work out just as well. So I'm going to set that one to the side because it has to dry. I'm going to show you a really fast and simple, like if you've got to get a whole bunch of gift tags done and you're kind of running short on time, these you could whip off a batch like no time. We're going to use just the Happy Holidays stamp here from the Itty Bitty Greetings. We're going to put that down as low as we can on this circle. Oh, almost too low. Made it on though. Excellent. We're going to keep our real red out because we're going to use this little Christmas tree. This little tree is actually from Our House to Yours stamp set. So really beautiful tree. I've enjoyed using this on a lot of cards actually. And so we're just going to come in here, ink it up in red again. So we're just doing a totally monochromatic card here. Stamp one tree directly in the center, and then we're going to go over to the right, stamp another tree, come back in on the left with another one, and all we have to do now is add a ribbon. You can stamp your to and from on the back, or just, you know, leave it blank. People sure can figure out how to write to and from on their own on the back of that. And then we can either use just a simple red ribbon on this, or let's see, I've got to just add in that little bit of glitter that I like to add into things. We can grab this white satin ribbon with the silver trim and just do a little bit there. Oh, I'll have to trim those better in a moment. And then instead of doing the loop through like we did on our other one, I'm actually going to grab, somewhere on my desk, I have white twine right in front of me where I can't see it. All right, I'm just going to grab some white twine and tie a little knot. Well, not really a knot. I'm going to tie a little bow. So give myself enough there to tie a bow with this. Move those scissors out of my way, might make it easier to tie a bow. There we go. So just right down at the base to hold it in place. And again, I've given enough ribbon at the top that they're going to be able to tie that onto a package. All right. Pull that through. And now I just have to trim all the edges on this. There we go. Trim that one. Having a good pair of scissors for cutting ribbon is really important. I do find our snips work quite well. Or if you're lucky enough to still have an old pair of ribbon scissors, then those are the best. All right. So there is one very quick tag, and so you could make a whole set of those really quickly. If you had like some silver cord or something left over from your paper pumpkin, that would be really nice as the cord on those tags. So really, really sweet there. Now let's see. I thought I had some other tags. Where did they go? I had all those other shapes. I wanted the stitched. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was going to use this one to, again, use that from Our House to Yours stamp set and do just something a little bit different. Still quite simple, though. We're not going to get too fancy here. I was going to grab some of the houses from this set. I'll just grab a base and a top and see if I can find a block that's clear. Here we go. Just do those in two separate corners. So I was going to stamp in Bermuda Bay, and I'm just doing the base of my house in Bermuda Bay. So ink that up. Put it about midway. Oh wow, I got a lot of ink on this block. put it about midway on my tag. I don't think this is the tag I had because I remember punching a hole in it. Oh well. Got tags all over my desk right now. And then for the top, I'm actually going to do a Night of Navy. It's a little bit darker here. And just ink up the top. Oh, those words are in the way. Let's move those. All right, there's the top of our house inked up. Oh, darn it. So I did wreck that. Okay, well, I'll keep going with this one just so you guys get the gist of the card, and we'll see if we can cover that up with a ribbon or something. All right, now using the other side of this block, I am going to stamp the words from Our House to Yours, and I'm actually going to use red to do that. So my real red was on my table right beside me. There we go. And so this From Our House to Yours is actually from the Itty Bitty Christmas Greetings set. So if you have any old house set at home, then this will work quite nicely. The way that the From Our House to Yours is printed here, I just really liked the look of it, a little bit of that open block letter. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to do is grab the hearts out of the From Our House to Yours and put those on the back of this. Grab some red. Oh, and I forgot to add a door to my house. I'll have to go in there and do that. That's what I love about this stamp set, is that all the little bits can be changed up. So like your door can be a different color than your house, and there's 2 different doors to choose from. So for this house, I think I'm going to go with the door that has the little windows at the top. I'm going to grab another small block if I can find one. No, I've got them all in use. Okay, so we're just going to clean this up so that we can keep creating. All right, I'm going to remove these words for a moment because I'm going to need to be able to see to line up this door. And I think I'm going to do the door in Night of Navy as well. There we go. Now I am going to grab my Bermuda Bay again and stamp a few snowflakes in this space and add a ribbon right through the center in hopes to cover up that little bit of a smudge that I did. So let's take this door off. Grab some beautiful little snowflakes. Those will fit nicely on there. That was Bermuda Bay that I was stamping with. I think I'm going to stamp off to do these snowflakes though, just so that they don't end up being too dark on my page. There we go. And I'm going to stamp right over where I did those smudges, even though I'll probably have a ribbon going in there. Okay, I forgot if I had stamped off. There we go. Okay, I think that is enough snowflakes. And now we're going to grab a ribbon to try and really cover that up. So I don't want a ribbon that's going to stand out too much. That's actually quite nice. Not thick. It's I can see through it though. So let's see what other ribbons I have. No, not quite the right coloring. All right, let's see here. One more option. I've got a thicker red ribbon that would actually work. Where did that go? All right. Yeah, a nice red ribbon there, and then I'm going to tie a bow, and it's going to cover that up. So, wow. Just unrolled like a good 4 feet of ribbon there as I drop that on the floor. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so while I'm tying this bow and showing you how we can cover up this little mistake I made. I just wanted to let everybody know as well that the online extravaganza started this morning. So if you don't know yet what that is, it's a 3-day sale that Stampin' Up! Oh, don't pull too hard. 3-day sale that Stampin' Up! Is having. It's 15% off their Regal and Neutral inks and cardstock. And then if you're interested in buying like the whole ink bundle, like you don't have any of those inks and you'd like to get the whole bundle, those are regularly 10% off of like versus buying each ink pad individually. So they're offering an additional 5% off that, so you're still getting 15% off all your ink pads. So quite a good deal on those ink pads. And then the cardstock, if you just need to restock any of your cardstocks, now's a great time to do that. And then there are 8 bundles that they're offering a 15% discount on as well. And so you can go online and check out what those are. It's like free as a bird and petal parcel and stuff. Okay, I don't have enough to just tie a bow, so I'm just going to do the little knot thing here. Probably be more appropriate for sizing on this anyways. Oh, so much ribbon. There we go. So great little sale going on. You can contact me and buy stuff on sale and count that towards an entry in my $1,000 party if you're interested in doing that. Oh, not sure what's happening there. Okay, there we go. So you can get in on my $1,000 party and just give me a shout and place your order that way. Or I also have a free giveaway right now with rhinestones. And yeah, so that's for a $60 order or more. All right, and then we're going to do, actually, I'm just going to do straight up white twine for this one. We don't need to add any more big chunky colors to this. So for this one, to tie it, we're just going to do a simple piece of white twine, baker's twine through the top. And just long enough there. Clip that. There we go. And then you can just tie a little knot in the top. All right. So we've got one more tag done, and we would manage to hide that little boo-boo quite well. So that would be good on like a package of baking or something to give to one of your neighbors. And now our last card that we're going to do, I'm going to show you how we can just use very, very little and just use a sentiment in the center of this, because some of the sentiments are just a little bit larger. So again, we're going to grab our real red. There we go. So thinking of you at Christmas, right in the center of this. And then I'm going to grab, I mean, you could use really anything. You could put hearts on this. You could put a little piece of holly or something. But for me, I'm going to grab the little leaf from the Nature's Beauty set and pop that onto the back of this block. Ink that up in red. So again, going monochromatic, not getting crazy here with all of our colors. And I'm going to do just a leaf above, or a feather, or I don't know what these are, and one below. And then because we already had that really ornate tag around it, it is good to go. If you wanted to add a rhinestone or something to it, you could, but it's really not necessary. And then with this one, we already have the little space there. So if you have leftover silver cord from your paper pumpkin, I would totally recommend using that, or just a piece of white baker's twine. Again, we don't really need anything too fancy to take away from the beautiful designs on this punch or on this die cut tag already. So we're just going to grab some white twine, tie that off at the top, and voila. So really using just any stamps you have in your house, along with some of these beautiful little statements from the Itty Bitty Christmas, you can create some really gorgeous tags. And then if you have the dies make some beautiful accents as well to go with these sayings. So I hope you enjoyed this morning's video on tags, and you see just the really wide variety of tags that you can make using just a few simple stamp sets and a few colors of ink. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. I'll probably come on the weekend. I've got a craft fair on Saturday at James Park Elementary if you're local, and then on Sunday before my team meeting, I'm going to try and pop on and do a few birthday cards actually. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.